Are we live? We're live. Bigger left me alone. Um, Welcome to round 10 of Tier 2 in Zenith Online Racing. We are at Mexico this weekend. Or this week. It's not the weekend yet. I mean, we're all working from home, so it's pretty much the weekend. Sorry for starting late for all of our millions of fans waiting in anticipation.
Well, I'm back.
No one's.
Sorry for throwing you to the fire there. I was just like gonna let it, kind of settle. It looks like we might have a wet race. It took everybody a really long time to get their setups in, eh?
Dry race.
Really? Seems like everyone took a while.
Yeah.
Janet just retired. Why is that?
Don't know, probably wants to start at the back. Scavney is the first one out, freaking finally. Waited a minute and a half for that.
Yeah, here we go. First car out on track. So, here in Mexico, interesting strategy decision here, because most people want to do the two-stop, but you can make the one-stop work if you've got a kind of like tire-friendly setup and you're carrying some pretty solid race pace, but it's kind of hard to say.
But I think the hards are just awful to drive on, and just from the perspective of trying to have fun racing, I wouldn't touch the hards. Well, but the two-stop in terms of time is pretty close, and it's not that hard to overtake here either.
I think we saw some people on Monday though do the soft and medium and make it work.
Oh, that's aliens.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like it's possible. So
yeah, I guess
they can do it.
I feel like the tires, the drop off for the tires here is ridiculously quick. It just falls off a cliff after a while, and
yeah,
it's really hard to maintain grip through the middle sector and the third sector.
Yeah, the middle sector is really tough with worn tires. It's so easy to just toss the car over the curb and absolutely throw the back end around.
Yeah. So dry race. I'm just reading out the comments here. Bag09 Bones says, "Boo, bring back bigger." That's just absolutely hurtful, honestly.
Yeah, Fuzz did a decent job introing. It was decent.
Okay. I feel like I've been waiting years for this to start as T-Money. I mean...
It did take a while.
Yeah,
Scabby was really wide there. Lap's still green at the moment, it looks like, so... This one should count. It goes purple, obviously, first guy on a flyer. So, approaching the tricky middle sector here, as you mentioned. Very easy to lose the car here. That's another tricky car there, double right-hander. You can almost kind of just do it as like almost one turn if you nail the apex on the first one.
Yeah. It's really hard, I find, to carry speed through there and, still get a good exit.
Scabby and smooth there.
Yeah, it's really easy to go deep and then lose out on the exit. Luckily, the run up to the exit is kind of short. So, I think he's put in a pretty clean lap so far. Should be provisional pole, considering no one else has set a lap yet.
If it's not, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, let's see what he does. 16 dead on the softs. That's not too bad.
Who do we got behind there? Is that Johannes? It looks like Johannes. He's just about to start a hot lap, so let's jump back to that McLaren. Also about to start a hot lap. The Racing Point, is that Dove? No, it's Burns. He's about to finish a hot lap 117 flat, so he's a second off of Scabney. We've got a Haas. Just heading into the pits, it looks like. And Toro Rosso, Aero Strike coming around. The championship leader with a 17.6 on the mediums, so he's behind. He's off the pace quite a bit, even considering he's on the mediums. GP Colin 119 flat, very off the pace as well on those mediums. Sorry, Terminal Deity goes 17.2 on the soft, so just behind Burns there. Looks like we have two cars very close about to cross the line here as well.
Oh, Lit Romney goes second fastest with a 16.6.
Nice lap from Lit Romney there. One of our favorite names in the league.
Absolutely.
That's a legendary name. Who's this guy around here? This is Chicken. He's about to finish. Looks like he had a pretty slow lap here. He's heading into the pits, so maybe had a moment. Obviously not happy with that one. Comes Johannes. He's about to finish his hot lap as well. 15.5 for Johannes. That's a big lap. It's a half a second between him and his teammate for the night, Scabney. Johannes obviously just filling in as a reserve, one of the EU drivers. Staying up late on a Thursday. Jumps in for a race here at Tier 2. So only 2 reserves out there. Oh, sorry, 3 out there now.
Yeah, Zenith decided to retire. Probably wants to start at the back to, I don't know, maybe have a cleaner race or whatever. Or maybe just give himself a bit of a challenge to come back from last race. Maybe score some points.
Yep.
I predict pole to be somewhere in the low 15s, 15-1, 15-2. I believe tier 1 pole was 14-7. So yeah, actually, I expect really high 14s to be pole here. I want to see what Aerostrike can do in comparison to...
Axton puts up a 16.5 on the mediums there. That's a good lap.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty solid. That's really good, actually.
Just sitting on board with Mario here, following him around to see what kind of time Mario can put on the board. His first time, obviously, a very poor one. He's probably just doing a bit of a warm-up run. Getting a feel for things.
Yeah, some Johannes supporters in the chat.
Mario's looking pretty tidy through the first part of the lap here. Let's see how he does through the S's.
Oh,
yeah, it looks good through there.
Aerostrike says he's doing no line this race, so he's going to be slower than usual.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, he does have a huge lead, so I guess that's a good challenge for him.
Yeah, that's good.
Mario's lap is looking pretty good. This might be a pretty solid time here. 16.8 for Mario. There we go. Puts himself into 6th place.
Not bad.
Yeah, not too shabby. That was a tidy lap. He definitely got some more time in that, but looked really smooth and confident on the throttle and the steering input. So good to see from Mario. He's had a pretty rough start to the year, but he's been getting it together lately. He's been scoring some points in the EU tier, so let's see what he can do here.
T-Money with a very specific prediction saying 114.930 for pole in tier 2. Let's see how close he can get to that.
Well, here comes Pace Dogs. Let's see if he can put it near pole position here. It looks like he is on another lap, even though it's almost out of battery here. Is he going to put this lap in? No, he's in the pits.
Nah. Let's see if we can get a few more predictions in the chat. For
Scavney
exact times.
Let's ride with Scavney through this lap. He's sitting 2nd right now, so he's the contender for pole position, and he's just starting his 2nd hot lap on the softs. Let's see what he can do here. Really solid through the first couple turns there, using all of the track. Opens that DRS down the straight. You want to swing it in from really wide here, carry as much speed as you can, and then you got to really get over to the left as quick as possible to hit that apex properly. It's a tricky little sector here, and then this exit is very important as you hit the S's. You want to be carrying as much pace as you possibly can because you can kind of throw it through the first couple turns of this section.
You want to cut these apexes as much as possible, like try to minimize your direction
change. He gets away with it. That's going to count, and he used a lot of the track there, so... It says he's on an outlap, but I'm pretty sure this is a flyer. I saw him cross the line. It's that typical bug we always see in quality. So Electric Chicken with a 15.9, so he edges out Scavney. Let's see if Scavney is going to improve. We don't have any timing for Scavney at the moment, but it looked like a pretty solid lap. Maybe...
Oh, yeah, 15.8, goes 2nd fastest. Mercedes front row lockout, so far.
So a good lap from Chicken there, rocking that pink helmet, looking fresh as always. The tier 1 commentator, he's pretty much the full-time guy now. He's slid into that role nicely, getting pretty comfortable there, always with some interesting analogies and
interesting names.
Definitely has his own style to it, and I really dig it. I think everybody does. But yeah, had a pretty good lap there, so sitting in 3rd provisionally.
Burns is about to start a lap, it looks like, behind his teammate.
Yeah, he's going to get a nice slipstream down the straight. Let's see if that'll work out. I wonder if they coordinated that.
I feel like they did because otherwise it wouldn't make sense for teammates to be that close to each
Yeah.
other. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
look
close.
at him. He hit 345 there, I think.
Yeah,
Huge, huge advantage with the slipstream there. Let's see if that can get Burns into the top 10. He's got to put it together for the rest of the lap here. Slipstream doesn't mean anything if you throw it out the
absolutely.
window the rest of the lap. So maybe he'll return the favor for Burns here. Or sorry, he'll return the favor for Dove, who's sitting behind at the moment. Maybe he'll start a hot lap after this.
Bobby starting his first battle lap. Be looking to get into the top 10 if he can.
Burns. Well, it looks like he almost cut it, but I think they're still going to let that lap go. It doesn't go red, so...
Johannes coming through the S's on his hot lap. He is less than a tenth up on his time. So I doubt he's going to improve massively unless he can, find a few tenths through the third sector.
See if that slipstream help Burns here. He goes 16.7, so that's a pretty good improvement, but it's still only 11th at the moment. How does Johannes do here?
Yeah, 15.4. He improves by like a tenth
a
on his
tenth and a
previous
half
best.
there, so that's a good improvement. Yeah. It might be enough to keep him in the top 3 for sure. Soy Loco comes out of nowhere with a 15.8 here. His return, he's finally in that seat full time now. T-Money has made his exit, departed for Tier 1. Hopefully for greener pastures. And Soy Loco has returned to Zenith Online Racing. The former Constructors Champion with Buff Digital, now driving in Tier 2 in a Red Bull seat alongside Axton. So Soy Loco looking to get up into the mix with his teammate there and start scoring some big points for Red Bull in the absence of T-Money. Can he fill T-Money's shoes? Big shoes to fill.
True.
You know what they say about big shoes? Big hands.
I don't. I don't know what to say about big shoes. Educate me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Soy, he looks like he's heading out again already. He's getting right back at it. Who do we have that we can ride with for a hot lap? Electric Chicken. He's on an out lap right now, so he's about to start his flyer. Let's give Electric Chicken some airtime on a hot lap here. See if he can do it.
Yeah, the Renaults here are definitely fan favorites.
What's that?
I'm saying the Renaults here are definitely fan favorites. Coxie and Chicken.
Yeah, Coxie and Chicken, big fan favorites. Coxie jumps into second to speak of the devil. He's in 15.6 for Coxie, and a Pace Dog's into third with a 15.7. So good times from those guys. Let's get back to Chicken's lap, get back on board with him. We got a shot of him going down the straight with that DRS open. Not much to see when the driver's going down the straight, but we'll see what he does into the corner here. Hits that apex perfectly, just near the curb. Rides that one a lot, as much as he needs, but you don't want to touch that sausage curve on the inside. It kind of throws you off. Really ruins your line through the whole segment. There we go. Nice and tidy through the first part. See what he can do here. He's carrying a lot of pace.
Yeah.
He cuts it. It was so close, though. If he got that, if that had counted, I think it would have been a really good time.
Yeah, I think he nailed the first half of the S's. Like, I've seen, like, everyone so far didn't cut the first 3 corners as much as he did. And that's how much you can cut it.
He's got time to get back in and get another lap in, I think. But it looks like he's just going to cook his battery up a little bit and get going again. It looks like he might go for it now. Yeah, I think he's going to. There he goes. So
let's hope he has enough fuel to do it.
Yeah. Let's see what he can do here.
Axton goes 15 dead on the softs.
So Chicken getting 2 hot laps here. Maybe that was his plan all along. Sorry, anybody else just about to finish a hot lap if you can find them? GP maybe? There goes GP.
Ferrari. Yeah.
Nope. Looks like it was a warm-up. Is that Soy? Nope, that would be Axton. Axton into the pits.
The Haas cars are rather doing.
They're about to start, and it looks like Soy... I thought Soy was on a timed lap, but not really. So let's go back to Chicken, see what he can do here. He looked really good on the first run, but he cut that corner here in this sector. Let's see if he can do it right this time. Nailed it. Yeah, it looks much better this time. This is going to be a good time, I think. Using all the track there. Swings it over the curb perfectly.
Ooh, 3 tenths up. He needs to nail this final sector. And
yeah, he could put him into second if he really gets a couple tenths here.
Yeah.
Smooth. Gets on that inside line, shortens the track a bit. 15-2. Oh, good time from Chicken. Great time from Chicken there. The fans go wild in the audience. Can't hear them though. We cut that out. I guess everything's sounding good. I guess someone want to say something in the chat. I didn't check today. Usually always is okay, but never know. Sometimes I fuck with my settings when I'm not racing. 15-1 for GP, so he edges out Chicken, goes into second. Who's that coming across? Is it Alpha? Is it Ryan? No, it was JX, I believe. Who's coming around the final turn here?
Oh, Pace Dog. It looks like he's starting a lap. Yeah. The Haas boys are coming around. Oh, Lit Omni moves up into P10 with a 16-1.
Yeah, it's Eric into 17th. He's stuck there. He definitely needs to improve if he's got time for another hot lap here. We've got a racing point. Almost said it again.
Burns is starting a lap, it looks like.
Yeah, Burns just starting one.
Yeah.
Bobby starting one. Mario starting one. And Arrow or Wolfsburg into the pits. Yeah, Wolfsburg.
That 49er on an outlap, I don't think he'll have enough time to get around for a hot lap at the moment.
Looks like quite a few guys about to start a lap here. And then we're going to have... Is that Coxie on one? No. Chicken not on one either. JXW looks like he's just finishing his lap here. Let's check in with his time.
Oh, A was just in a 15.9 and moved up into P9.
On the softs, so yeah, okay, so he's doing no line. I was like, well, that's what's going on with Arrow, but
yeah,
no line, so. If you're new here, Arrow very much in the command of the championship at the moment, so T-Money was, I think, the closest to him. Axton's close, though, too. Like, we got quite a few guys challenging, so. Arrow just, maybe tonight, wants to see what he can do. No line. He's got a bit of a buffer for it. Ryan improves, but barely. Or is he just starting a lap? Comes Mario. He goes into 12th there. And Chicken into the pits. Johannes invalidated. He's heading into the pits.
Scavney is on a hot lap in the second sector.
Comes Bobby. He's invalidated as well. Terminal Deity crossing the line. Down on his previous time. Arrow coming around, heading into the pits. Sorry, who was on coming around this time?
Scavney is about 2 tenths up on his time so far. In going into the stadium section. Oh, okay, Axton does a 14.6.
Holy crap!
That's brilliant. That's quicker than Tier 1 pole. Scavney goes up into P6 with a 15.5. Yeah, that's a statement.
I'm liking the shape of this grid right now. It's looking pretty good. Everybody's sitting in a nice spot. Looks like it could shape up to be a pretty competitive race. Is Burns still on a flyer here? Looks like he is. Oh no, he's out of fuel, so technically he's on a flyer, but he isn't going to improve. Bobby, it looks like we're pretty much done here with qualifying. Mario heads into the pit lane, so that'll do it. We've got Axton on pole, GP in second, Electric Chicken takes third, Johannes in fourth, Coxie in fifth, Scavney sixth, Pace Dog 7th, Ryan's in 8th, Soy Loco's 9th, Aerostrike sitting in 10th, so you'll have to start on those softs. Lit Romney in 11th, Mario 12th, Wolfsburg 13th, Bobby 14th, Terminal Deity 15th, JXW 16th, Burns 17th, it's Eric 18th, and the 49ers still out on track here is 19th. Janet obviously starts last.
Yeah, so interesting grid. I see the qualifying predictions were way well off from T-Money and Vagabonds. Let's see if we can get some bold predictions for the race. Jenna to win it from the back. Soy Loco to sneak into the podium, sneak onto the podium.
You think so?
And Mario score points. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, you're
throwing out some bold ones out there. Yeah.
Speculation.
Well, that's race over. Axton wins. Well, if the other drivers had that attitude, then Axton would win. But I don't think Chicken, Johannes, GP Colin, Coxie even are gonna make it easy for him.
Yeah, you just lit a fire under their ass.
Yeah.
I can see what he's saying though. Axton's usually challenging Arrow, and Arrow's sitting in 10th, so and we know Arrow's not going to have a great pace without the line.
He's half a second quicker than second. Well, yeah, Bones, you got pole in Mexico and then you ended up finishing 7th, so, you know, anything can happen. If Axton makes a one stop assuming no safety car, then he will win easily. Yeah, but that's a pretty big assumption, I would say. I know Tier 1 didn't have a safety car, but that was kind of an anomaly given how frequent they've been since the patch. So I would still expect a safety car, but if there isn't one, yeah, I guess Axton would have a chance at winning, unless something goes wrong, unless there's a big incident. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. It should be a pretty interesting race. We'll see if anybody tries that soft medium one stop. It's definitely doable, but it's probably not recommended unless you have like extremely good control over your car.
Yeah.
But if you're like already on the knife edge, it's definitely safer to two stop, and you can probably bank on at least one safety car that can maybe give you a free run. See what happens. So our camera shot tonight looks like the Williams garage sitting there looking at Zenith and Terminal Deity's pit box, and the Toro Rosso team sitting just beside them. Can't see from here who's in those cars. Aerostrike and Wolfsburg. Can't see the names on the box though. I was gonna say who's our race director, but I guess we set it up tonight because Niebuhr wasn't around, so I guess you can just give the go in the Discord when they're
Oh yeah.
sorted. It's nice to see that nobody readied up though.
Oh, Ryan's in the lobby, so he can handle it.
Not true, yeah.
Good if he does some work.
Good dig.
To be fair, he's been pretty absent in the last few weeks.
Yeah. Useless admin.
I know
got
he's
my
been
vote
up
for
to
next
though.
year.
Nah, I have a lot of respect for Ryan. I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. Ryan's my idol.
Alright, we're starting. Soy Loco readied up. Yeah, or must be
Oh
Ryan
boy.
readied up
Oh no,
first.
Ryan's already up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did say, alright, let's go in the Discord, so we're all good. There's no... you can put your pitchforks down. Soy Loco is innocent.
What am I gonna do with all these pitchforks?
I don't know. Blame Buff. Buff's been an absentee commentator for Tier 2 all these weeks.
Buff doesn't like commentating anymore. He said he said he prefers to race, so
Probably doesn't like you anymore, but... We'll say
I have
it's
to
commentator.
quarantine right now, so can't have him in the booth. Alright.
Let's see what tire choices people have gone for. Lit Romney starting on the mediums. Everyone in the top 10 on the softs. Lit Romney goes bold with the mediums. Mario starts in 12th on the softs. Wolfsburg and Bobby on the mediums as well. Terminal Deity, JXW on the softs in 15th and 16th. Yeah, the rest of the bottom half is on mediums except Dove 49ers in P19 starting on the softs as well. Yeah, interesting things to probably keep an eye out for. Well, we want to see if GP Colin and Chicken could challenge Axton. If they can get him off the line, I think he might have a hard time getting back out in front again. We want to see if Soy Loco can sneak into the top 5. Because considering Ryan is a reserve, Johannes is a reserve, so they won't be scoring points. Their finishing positions won't count. So Soy Loco is effectively starting in P7.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good official debut.
Oh yeah. We want to see how much leeway Zenith can make starting from the back. If he gets stuck behind a few drivers, then it might be a bit difficult for him to make up positions towards the end.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
I don't see there being too many drivers that he's going to get stuck behind. Like, if you look through the field ahead of him, like, he's definitely quicker than almost all the guys sitting in front of him. I think once he gets those medium tires working, he'll probably be able to find a way through.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll have some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing will be him getting a run out of the final corner, because if he doesn't get that, then he's going to be stuck behind for the rest of the lap. It's not going to be that easy to get past in the second and third sectors. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. Everyone lines up on the grid. We have 5 red lights.
The lights on. 5 lights are on, and they're off. The lights are out, and they are not moving. So a bit of a delay here with the lights. Obviously, we're seeing something different here. Jump start for Lit Romney.
Jump start?
Is that a botched start there? I don't know what happened. Yeah, Lit Romney had a jump start, but he's the only one, so let's just get going with this.
Oh, it's 5 wide.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy into the first turn here. Let's get a good broadcast view if we can. There we go. That's a good angle of it. Oh, the Renault's touch!
Oh, the Renault.
Yeah. The Ferrari, they're bumping both Mercedes, and it looks like one car's almost gone sideways, but they get through. A little bit of cars going over the grass here to save themselves.
A little bit of wings flying.
Terminal Deity sitting in 10th still, looking for a way through. Yeah, lots of cars looking for ways through here. Ryan sends it down the inside. Soy sends it down the inside on GP here. They're wheel to wheel. It's a very tight part of the track here. There's not a lot of space for cars to go side by side. These corners are very tricky.
Oh, Mario's lost his wing. Mario's taken a lot of damage. Down into P17.
Ryan and Deity side by side. Ryan gets the position. GP Colin and Soy scrapping ahead as well. Got a lot of action here in the later places, the final points paying positions here. 7th, 8th, 9th. Johannes has a bit of a moment there, runs wide. Soy Loco takes that place. Now GP Colin needs to find a way through, and Ryan down the inside on GP. They go wheel to wheel. GP runs a bit wide, but he maintains that place.
Well deep. Wolfsburg's lost. Wolfsburg lost out a lot of places. He's gone deep into the corner.
So Ryan doesn't find a way through.
Back.
Yeah, GP. And
Johannes dives into the pits.
Yeah, maybe that's damage.
He's gotten wing damage.
So GP under threat here from Ryan and Ryan and Aerostrike as well, right behind.
Ryan moves around the outside. Can he get it done into turn 1? He's gonna have to brake really, really late. Oh, GP Colin does a good job of defending the inside line and keeps the position for now. Aerostrike right up their tail as well. No DRS yet, but he's gonna try to get some slipstream. Not close enough to make a move.
Yeah, it's probably a little easier to drive without the line in traffic because you can kind of just react to the cars around you rather than, when you're driving around alone, you're relying on like the line a little bit to kind of give you braking zones and stuff.
So Coxey's had a great start. He's up into P3, starting from I think 4th or 5th that was. Scabney's up into P5. He's made up 1 place. So the Renaults are in a very, very solid position. If they can just hang on to the back of Axton, he's just going to drag them along through the DRS straights.
Bobby very close to Terminal Deity here. He's looking for a way through. Let's check in with the cars ahead, as they're going to be very close to DRS here. Coxey and, Chicken giving Coxey a nice tow down the straight here. Coxey just breaking that a little bit to save those temps. Doesn't want to get too close to his teammate. Pace Dog's probably going to close on them, though, if they keep this up too long. So, let's see what happens here. But Scabney is pressuring Pace Dog, so he might slow him down a little bit. Give the Renaults
Ryan makes it past GP Colin down into turn 1. Now he's right up the back of Soy Loco going into the next DRS straight. Soy Loco gets a bit of a wobble out on the exit.
Much better exit for Ryan there.
Oh, yeah.
Down the inside, he goes late.
Makes it through. Well done. nice and clean down the inside. That's nice to see. It's so easy to make contact there with two cars going like really tight into that apex. But yeah, GP Colin will be looking to strike Soy Loco as well as quickly as possible. Tell you what, it's really hard to drive in dirty air in those S's. The car just has no front end grip whatsoever.
I actually ran like a little less wing so that I can fight down the straight a little bit better, and when I got through those S's, I was fucking flying all over the place, man. I couldn't keep it together. If I was in traffic, I mean, like, when I was on my own, it was okay, but in traffic, it was like so hard to control. Someone dives into the pits there. That is Lit Romney.
Lit Romney. Oh, he's does he have wing damage? Doesn't look like he has wing damage.
He's on the medium, so that's bad news if he's heading into the pits this early.
Oh yeah, Aero Strike right up the back of GP Colin as well, but not quite close enough to make a move at this point just yet.
Bobby looking for a way through on Terminal Date here. It looks like Lit Romney's left the session, so maybe he had something come up.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Electric Chicken. Yeah, it's just strange behavior for someone to just dive into the pits for no reason on a good strategy.
Yeah, he probably just had to go, but
yeah.
He did well.
GP is right up the back of Soy here. They're basically nose to tail, these three cars. Aerostrike right on the tail, and now Terminal Datey, Bobby coming into play as well. And it's Eric is not terribly far behind either.
Oh, Soy Loco has a bit of a moment. He goes wide, and the S's.
Oh, big contact there. Oh my! So yeah, Soy Loco and Aerostrike made contact there. Soy Loco is around with massive damage here. He has lost the car. It looked like Soy just had a bit of a moment and then kind of just swung back onto the track and made contact with Aero there. But Romney's joined back up, so maybe he just had some kind of malfunction. I don't know. That's very strange. Big
Coxie's got past his teammate up into P2. I think we missed that early on.
So it's Eric all over the back of Bobby here. He's got the DRS, so does Bobby. Can he get it done? They're side by side. It looks like it's going to be pretty equal into the corner here. Oh, and I think it's Eric's got that place. Yeah, Bobby runs a bit deep and loses it.
Yeah, it's Eric managed to break nice and late and still park it on the apex. Did well. Oh, Soy Loco's gotten a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's unfortunate.
So Coxie's ahead of Chicken now. Did you mention that?
Yeah, I did. I think we missed that just a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
Coxie's just gone past Electric Chicken and
probably let him go.
What happened to Coxie there?
Oh, Coxie's made a mistake.
Yeah, Coxie's made a mistake. I think he went a little off.
Yep, looks like he's under pressure from Pace Dogs here. Let's get to that.
I think Coxie they just need to stick in each other's DRS and help each other out at the moment. There's no need to battle for position.
Well, they got Pace Dogs to worry about now, so they're in trouble. And Scavney's not far behind either, so if they start squabbling too much, Scavney will be in the mix too. And then Genix is picking his way through the field here. He's up to 11th now.
Yeah, Axton with a comfortable 3-second lead going into lap 6. So he's pulled out nice and early, and he's going to be just looking to conserve his tires and just keep going at a consistent pace.
I think in his position he can definitely stop it.
Yeah. He's got nice and free air. He doesn't need to battle with anyone. He's got a decent gap behind him, so he just needs to keep his pace, keep his head down, and keep the consistent laps coming in, and he'll be good to win. Unless something drastic happens.
It's Eric, who's really under pressure here from Bobby, and they're right up the back of Terminal Datey too. So a lot of close battles here in the top 10 still.
Yeah, Mario right up the back of Burns as well on the softer tire for P12. That's potentially a points-paying position considering the number of reserves in the top 10. GP Colin right up the back of Ryan as well, who's following Scavney nose to tail.
Yeah, just jumped to that battle, watching that now, and then Terminal Datey and it's Eric are side by side here. It's Eric sent it down the inside in the stadium, and that really compromised Datey, and Bobby's got through as well. So what happened there? I'm not sure. I didn't see the whole thing there, but I saw them side by side, and I saw Terminal Datey having to yield a little bit to it's Eric. Now Jinnit right there to pressure them too.
Oh, Ryan's gaining on Scavney into the braking zone down the inside. gets it on the apex. They're still side by side going into turn 2 and 3. Oh, Scavney goes the long way around the outside. Does he get better traction? Yes, he does. Ryan still has DRS though.
Here comes GP too. Bringing it up the rear, but he's not close enough.
Ooh, Ryan makes it around the outside, goes well deep, but there's only space for one car going into the next apex, so he's got the move done there. Scavney loses a place. Well, not effectively, but loses a place in this race so far.
Look at that train behind too on the map. There's about 4 or 5 cars just really close to stacked, so we'll check in with that battle shortly. So they are maybe starting to separate a little bit. These guys still very close to one another.
Yeah, unless you have like really good downforce, it's very, very difficult to shake someone off in the middle and third sector. And the DRS just pulls them right along on the massive straight.
It's a great shot of the 3 cars coming down the main straight here. We've got Ryan, Scabney, GP calling nose to tail, all the 2 cars behind with DRS. Ryan trying to maintain that place. Scabney goes through, and now GP going to take a look as well. So he'll still have DRS. He might have a shot at Ryan here. Scabney, oh, they make contact, and GP nudges Scabney, sends him. Yeah, Scavney got nudged by GP as he was rotating and got sent completely around.
GP's lost his end plate as well. He's got wing damage. Wonder if Ryan has any.
Huge moment there. So we got some other positions changing here. It looks like Romney gained a place on Wolfsburg there. Just missed that as we were watching that action. There's a piece of wing.
Oh, it's Eric and GP call. Sorry, it's Eric and Bobby Towers did also go side by side and did the end of the DRS straight, but. It's Eric's kept that position for now.
Bobby runs a bit deep. Pace Dogs and Coxie. Here he goes. Pace Dogs down the inside into the stadium. Ooh. They're wheel to wheel. Coxie looking for a bit of space there. They're nice and clean here. Coxie takes that inside line. Oh, and Pace Dogs nudges him. Coxie just drifting across the track. They're taking the natural line. And Pace Dogs ends up nudging the back of him. I think Coxie was fine to take that spot there. He had the space.
Oh, what's happened to Electric Chicken? He's lost a couple places. He's dropped down from P2 to P4.
Something's gone on there. I just noticed there was a yellow flag and he was suddenly limping as these 2 blew by him. He must be having some kind of issue.
Ooh, I think Burns lost it. Yeah, Burns lost it in the S's. He's broken his wing.
Down the inside. Gives Coxie a bit of a nudge there on the way through. Definitely not too bad though, and I think he's got that place clean. Coxie now looking to fight it back. He's got that DRS again. Coxie close, but not close enough. So see what Coxie can do here. Coxie and Pace Dogs really do.
Pace Dogs Pace Dogs is on an absolute charge here. He's gone from what, P4 to P2 in the space of 1 lap.
Dady taking a look at Scabby's all over the back of the gearbox of that Mercedes. Just looking for a way through. It's a tricky spot to find a place through, though. And then Johannes very close to Wolfsburg here. Can he find a way through? He's going to go down the inside here. The Mercedes on the Toro Rosso. Oh, Wolfsburg kind of sweeps across there. Definitely gives Johannes a bit of a nudge. I think, yeah, it looks like Wolfsburg realized his mistake and kind of just let Johannes go. Good sportsmanship there. Zenith and Bobby very close to it's Eric. Zenith just kind of splitting those 2 for the moment because Zenith's picking his way through the pack at the moment. It looks like Chicken's gone, or sorry, Coxie's gone into the pits. Chicken now takes the place. He's going to go chase down Pace Dogs, who now has a 1.7 second lead over the Renault behind. So Pace Dogs, yeah, absolutely on a charge here. Looking to maybe go challenge for the race win, but 6.6 seconds is a lot to ask.
Coxie and Scavney are the first couple cars to pit under, regular conditions.
Yeah,
Coxie comes out in P11.
Well, Romney has dropped again, so...
Yeah, I think he's just having connectivity issues, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate because he does have the pace to challenge for that top 5.
Yeah, he definitely has been up there a few times lately.
The 49ers pits in for a new wing, goes on the medium tires, comes out in P18, right in front of Soy Loco and his teammate Burns, down in last place, unfortunately.
Yeah,
let's see.
That's going to be a
Zenith right at the back of Yeah, it's going to be a long race from this far back and on the hard tires till the end. Janet's going to be looking to make a move on its Eric, going on the long straight down into turn 1.
And we've got a Alpha in the pits. That is Ryan. Let's see where he ends up. So here comes Jinnit. He's got a huge pace advantage over its Eric here with that DRS. Down the inside goes the Williams. Jinnit through clean, sweeps across to take that racing line. And now Bobby can resume his scrap with its Eric once more. He is now within the DRS range. Does he get the DRS here, though? Yes, he does. Scavney very
Soy Loco is Soy Loco is right up the back of Dub 49ers. If he can get DRS, if he can get the pace advantage and the run out of the last corner, he'll be looking to make a move as well. Despite being on the harder tire.
Soy Loco thinks going to the end on that tire? Probably, eh?
He's
probably going to try at least.
I think he's going to try to, yeah. I think he's going to try, but I don't know how well it's going to work out. Gets DRS, slipstream, gets a very solid run on him. Probably get the move done before the braking zone. Yes, he does. Nice and clean. You get the DRS on the second straight as well, so he definitely keeps that advantage.
Looks like Mario had a moment. Johannes takes that place easy. GP Colin Pace Dog's gone into the pits. Axton into the pits as well.
So Axton's gone on the mediums. That looks like a two-stop strategy to me, I think.
24 laps on the mediums? I think he can do that.
So it's a bit of a stretch, I'll say that. But
he's out front, so we'll see what happens. But
yeah,
Chicken takes the temporary lead of the race, and then GP and Jinnit very close behind to GP here. So Jinnit going to be sitting in a nice spot. He'll have a bit of distance to go on those medium tires. He can extend those quite a bit and probably pop a set of hards on, go to the end for sure, or maybe feels racy, do 2 sets of softs.
Yeah, that's what I expect he'd do. That's what I think he'll do, but we'll see. Electric Chicken is temporarily in the lead because Space Dogs has pitted.
Comes it's Eric. Bobby and it's Eric still scrapping.
Tell you what, Coxie has ended up a lot closer to Axton after the first round of pit stops. He's gone under the softs and undercut him by 2 laps. So the gap between them is just 2.2 seconds, and Coxie is on the softer tire, so he might be looking to fight with Axton, maybe hold him up a little so Chicken could make a move on him eventually.
Yeah, that's a good point. Bobby looking to defend here. Comes it's Eric with that slipstream. I think Bobby's got it covered off for this one at least. We'll see if it's Eric can get another opportunity down the next DRS straight. Oh, and he gets a much better exit here. I think he's got a really good shot at this. He's very close to the back of Bobby. He's carrying a lot more pace. Here comes it's Eric around the outside. It looks like he's got that place. Terrible camera angles from the broadcast there. I had to jump on board. But Bobby loses out to its Eric once more, and they'll probably do that a few more times before it's all said and done. Pace Dogs now closing up on Johannes. So he's just made his pit stop. Chicken.
Yeah, Johannes is yet to pit, so he'll probably end up behind all of these runners. He'll probably end up behind GP Collins somewhere.
It doesn't look like Coxie's getting any closer to Axton, so I think Axton's going to be safe here. Pace Dogs with a pretty good run here. Let's see if he can get it together down the main straight and get by Johannes. Definitely closing in as they approach the stadium. Bit of a useless piece of racing track, but good for the fans, I guess. Pace Dog's closing. He's going to get that DRS. I don't know if he's going to be close enough here. It's a massive pace advantage, but he needs to close a big gap here. Not close enough down the main straight. Let's see if he gets a shot down the second DRS zone. Much closer this time. It looks like Chicken through on Jinnit, who's just left the pit. So that's a big move for Chicken. He definitely needs to stay ahead of Jinnit here for his race. Actually, even behind Jinnit wouldn't be too bad if he's pulling him up the road too. But we'll see what happens between those two. They're on pretty much even tires at the moment. So Pace Dogs didn't find a way through on that second DRS zone, so now he is trying to get away from Chicken behind, but also trying to get by Johannes. He needs to find a way through quickly here. He's going to have Chicken and Jinnit right up his butt, and Scavney looks like he's close as well. So it's going to be bad news for Pace Dogs if he gets stuck behind Johannes for too long. He goes down the inside here. Is he going to get it done? Johannes defending stoutly, and they go a little bit of a bump there. Pace Dogs has to give space. They both kind of ran wide and pushed each other to the edge, but mutual respect was shown there, I think, on both incidents. Nothing too crazy there, just a little bit of a bump.
Going to have the DRS. Johannes does.
Johannes has the DRS, so Pace Dog's really under threat now. Look at Chicken and Jinnit right behind. Jinnit gets through on Chicken here. Really good action between these four here, and then we've got Scavney and Arrow tucked in just behind as well, so a bit of a race on our hands here. I know first place is a ways up, but got a lot to fight for still in the rest of the field. A lot of action here. These cars still very close.
D-Money saying it's a one-stop for Axton. Fair enough, I guess. 24 laps on those mediums.
Yeah, I think
he might be struggling for. I think he can do it, but he might be struggling for pace at the end there. But at the moment, it looks like Coxie is the only one who might be able to challenge him. Because Coxie will go, but Coxie will have to pit again and go on another set of softs. Or another set of mediums. Because Chicken, Jinnit, Johannes, Pace Dogs, they've been held up massively from battling each other.
It's Eric Pitts finally. So Axton back into the net lead. Coxie resumes second. So Jinnit all over the back of Johannes here. He's going to be looking to get through. Probably will down the straight here with that DRS. Johannes on old tires at the moment. Jinnit. Johannes also with DRS, so it's going to make it a little more complicated, but Jinnit, I think, is going to have the extra grip into the braking zone to get it done here. Yeah, he definitely brakes a lot later and clears Johannes. He'll have that DRS once more in the next straight, and he might have a shot at getting Pace Dogs down this straight if he closes in. It looks like he's got a shot here. Pace Dog's under threat from Jinnit now. So Jinnit with back-to-back overtakes on each straight and zips through, so... Oh, Jinnit runs deep, comes back on, and Pace Dogs gets the place back. So Jinnit came back on to try to defend, but he'd already lost too much time, so Pace Dogs gets that place back. But I'm going to say it was nice Jinnit sneaking in at the last minute to steal that last reserving spot, and he's putting on a bit of a show for us right now, so good to see. Johannes still trying to hang on to Jinnit, while Electric Chicken now caught up and needs to find a way through. He can't be letting Pace Dogs get too far ahead. His teammate Coxie still kind of close to Axton. Not really losing ground, but he's not gaining either.
Yeah, he is on the softer tire though, but those tires are gonna be dropping off at any minute now. And like I said, I think they're gonna fall right off a cliff, and he's gonna start losing a lot more time. Coxie somehow just, as we spoke there, picked up half a second on Axton, so I would imagine Axton just had a bit of a moment into the first couple of turns there.
Jinnit is through on Pace Dogs now too. Continues his
GP Colin gets past It's Eric into the final points being
comes
positioned.
Chicken looking at Johannes. And Arrow down the inside on Scavney. I think Arrow's almost got that. He's around the outside now. They're still wheel to wheel. Scavney goes deep. Lunges late to try to defend, and they're still wheel to wheel. Heading into the S's. I think Arrow's got it here. Yeah, Scavney's going to have to yield. He definitely can't go side by side through there. And Scavney's done well to stay wheel to wheel with the current championship leader, but ultimately Arrow ends up taking that place. So let's see if Arrow can maintain that and go close to the guys ahead. Johannes and Chicken still within DRS range of Pace Dogs. So Pace Dog's going to be under threat once more down the main straight again. It's becoming a bit of a trend for him. So he's still managing to hang on, though. Scavney is very close to Arrow, so he'll have DRS here, so will GP Collins. So let's see what happens between these three in the back as well. Guys up front aren't as close as we would hope, so let's get back to these guys. I think these guys are a little closer to an overtake here. GP Collin, not as close as we'd hope. Scavney down the inside late. He's almost got it. Down the inside. They're side by side here. And Arrow's defending. They're wheel to wheel once more. Now side by side again down this next DRS zone. Arrow won't have that DRS though, so he's going to be struggling to defend here. And it looks like Pace Dog's going to take a look as well. Scavney around the outside, breaks late. Arrow defends down the inside. Arrow doing well here to fight with the racing line off, and he's driving wheel to wheel brilliantly here. So Arrow, yeah, he ends up losing out to Scavney again, but he's obviously going to be close enough for that DRS once more. I just got to go refill my wine, so you can call if you want for a few minutes.
It's the first real battle we've seen Aerostrike be involved in. I guess he's just getting a little more confident driving without that line, because definitely can't be easy just turning the line off and expecting to, get your braking points right away. Goes down the inside into the stadium section, gets the move done, but I think that might have handed Scavney the DRS going on in the main straight. Let's see if he can get the run. His back end steps out just a little bit, but gotten a decent drive out of there. Opens up DRS, but he doesn't have a lot of battery left, so Aerostrike might be at an advantage. He's gaining. Dives down the inside into turn 1. They're going to be side by side again through this sequence of corners. Aerostrike manages to keep the pace so far. Going into the second DRS straight, can Scavney make a move at the end of this straight? Nah, I don't think he's quite close enough just yet. Oh, Airstrike goes deep, but I think he's going to keep the pace. There's not enough room to make a move in that part of the track. Johannes loses out. Electric Chicken has gone past Johannes right before he
they were getting close to each other there too.
Yeah. I missed that because Scavney and Aerostrike were slightly more entertaining.
Yeah. But yeah, Chicken looks like he's got that position clean, and he's now hounding Pace Dogs. The Chicken hounding the dog.
Yeah, Scavney very suddenly dropped off Aerostrike. He's a second behind. I have to imagine those soft tires have given out, and he's gonna have to pit soon for the mediums. Yeah, Scavney's dropped out of DRS. He's not gonna be challenging Aerostrike for that 8th place just yet.
He's going to be under threat from GP, and it's Eric now, though. He's also lost him quite a bit of time suddenly.
Oh, JXW gets past Wolfsburg, and Wolfsburg goes a bit deep going into the stadium section.
GP.
He's going to drop out of DRS as well.
Oh,
GP calling.
Oh! I think he needed to leave Scavney a bit more space there. I don't really blame Scavney for kind of giving him a nudge. Definitely looking for a bit of room. He had no line to the apex. GP was barely ahead. He definitely needed to leave a bit more space. Wasn't like he had cleared him fully. Oh, we got a yellow flag. That before. Someone's just running wide. So Scavney losing out to GP, and now it's Eric trying to hang on to Scavney with those hard tires. Losing a bit of ground, though, probably just not getting him that working temperature quite yet. Bobby, it looks like he's got his tires working a bit better, because now he's pressuring his Eric. Johannes still hanging on to Chicken, and Chicken hanging on to Pace Dogs, so let's see what happens here. Ryan and Coxie both pit. Coxie gets held up a little bit there, maybe, but probably not too much. Ryan dives in.
Tell you what, these guys have done pretty well on penalties as well. I haven't seen a lot of those pop up yet.
Me neither.
At least for the front runners.
It's Eric.
There have been a few, but not many.
So Chicken is sitting third at the moment. He's just fighting off Pace Dogs. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. What happened?
GP Colin has DRS on Aerostrike in the second DRS straight, but
these guys were 3 wide here, and they were all looking for space. Oh, 3 wide again. Oh, and there's a bit of contact. Chicken runs into the back of Johannes there, and then nudges Space Dogs too. So, bit of a moment for Chicken.
Their wings look intact, which is great.
Yeah, good
Hopefully we
news.
can see more from them.
Chicken, yeah, nudged the back of them, but it looks like he got away with that one. So good to see. Coxie, he's gone for his second stop, so now he is sitting ninth, but he's got fresh mediums, and he's got a few cars he can definitely pick off ahead. I think he can get up to... I think he can get up to the back of Chicken even, really, if he starts pushing and making up places, Coxie. He's not that far off.
GP Collins also right up the butt of Aero Strike. He's got a great drive out of it. He's probably gonna get the move done before the braking zone.
Get to that view of GP. He's down the inside here on Aero and sweeps back across to take that racing line. He got that move done clean into the corner. Pace Dogs and Chicken scrapping once more. Here we go. Johannes under threat now. He's got Pace Dogs and Chicken right behind him. Pace Dogs close enough to take a look. Is he going to send it? He sends it down the outside. Johannes defends down the inside. They're wheel to wheel again. Oh, Johannes slams into Pace Dogs. Oh, and he bumps him. Pace Dogs with a wobble there because of Johannes' contact. Not too sure who initiated that. It looked like Johannes maybe tried to send it from a little bit far back. It looks like there's a bit of lag between them, actually. Maybe that was part of what happened. But Pace Dogs trying to fall. Oh, Pace Dogs nearly loses it. Oh, and he comes back on very unsafely there. I think Chicken definitely needs to get that place. Definitely could have been very dangerous. Probably cost him quite a bit of time as well, penalty-wise, Pace Dogs. So now Pace Dogs under threat from his teammate, GP Collin. But Pace Dogs going to have the DRS here, and so will Chicken. So let's see who he can do. Oh, Pace Dogs nudges Chicken. Did he put him in the wall there? It was close. I mean, really, Pace Dogs can't take that place. He sent Chicken off the line and overtook him, so he's got to give that back, but he wants to defend from his teammate GP at the same time. It's going to be a tricky maneuver to pull off. GP following Chicken through.
It's going to be
GP goes down even deeper.
Oh, Chicken yields to both the Ferraris. That's a smart thing to do because it wasn't going to end well for him being in the middle, going 3 wide. But yeah, the Ferraris are bringing the fight to the table right here.
Yeah. Pace Dogs got something to prove. I think he technically gave the place to Chicken there, so I don't think he'll get a penalty for that one, but definitely would have been considered a legal overtake, I think, otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. If Chicken decides to steward it. But yeah, this is going to be an amazing battle between Chicken and the Ferraris.
Romney down the inside on Wolfsburg here down the main straight, so move done for Lit Romney there. Let's get back to this battle with Chicken, GP, and Pace Dogs. And Aero.
Yeah, Coxie may have made his final pit stop as well. He did. He's a little bit far away from these guys, but he'll be looking to make the move on Bobby as quickly as possible and try to catch Aero Strike.
Yeah, if he gets by Bobby and catches Aero, he can get up here and fight for the podium, I think. Well,
Aero is within DRS.
Finally, Johannes pits, so
Aero Strike gets DRS on Chicken and GP Collin and Pace Dogs. This is gonna be fun to watch. Chicken not quite close enough to make a move. GP Collin does get past his teammate.
Coxie gets by Bobby. Good move from Coxie there. So Coxie's on his way to the fight. The podium is on. Oh, yes. This is going to be a hell of a scrap for the final podium position.
Yeah. Go on, Coxie.
Paxton and Jinnit well clear here, and I think the final podium position is definitely in play. Technically, it'll be second once Jinnit's removed from the classification, so really interesting fight for the race here. We're going to actually give out 2 podium positions to the actual rostered Tier 2 drivers, but of course, on track, they won't finish on the podium. It will only be 1 driver on the podium.
Oh, yellow flags in Sector 2. That's McLaren going off.
Is that Bobby?
No, I think it's Mario.
I'm just getting out of the way, I think, yeah.
Fair enough.
There we go. Aero's close, and Coxie... I feel like Coxie's going to make that gap up pretty quickly. Yeah, you see the train, they're not terribly far ahead here. Coxie's going to have that gap closed down in no time. You can see them just snaking their way ahead through the stadium. So here we go. Pace Dogs with DRS and Chicken with DRS. Aero just a bit off at the moment. He's not quite close enough. Yeah. And it looks like Pace Dogs having luck.
Both Ferraris showing incredible race pace here. Like, I feel like they shouldn't be battling. They just need to keep pulling away from the Renaults. The Renaults at one point were running second and third right behind Axon, but now the Ferraris have both taken over those places.
Here we go. Chicken
So,
close enough to take a look as well. Is Chicken going to find a way through? Well, this... Oh, no. I think Chicken is going to have to yield. Yeah,
yeah, I don't think
when they're
there's
side
enough
by
room for
side...
Chicken.
Yeah. Side by side, there's just no room to dive in. Oh, Chicken has a bit of a bobble there, so he's going to be a little bit on the back foot through here. But GP is still hanging on to his teammate. The Ferrari's having a legendary team battle here. And it looks like Arrow dropped off a little bit. Coxie is really closing on Arrow, though, so Coxie is definitely going to be in play for the podium here. He's got plenty of time to make up the time and the places. And he's got much fresher tires. I think Coxie's strategy might really pay off for him here if he can keep it clean and actually get these positions. He's in for a possible second place finish here.
Yeah, plus the constant battling between pace dogs, GP Colin and Electric Chicken has
a big moment.
Catch up.
Arrow all over the back of Chicken now. I think Chicken's going to fall out of DRS range here. Does he have it? He doesn't.
He does. He does
have it. Yeah, sorry. I thought he lost it there, but GP goes through again. And here comes Chicken.
Yeah, Ferrari's just swapping places on each straight. I think that's not a bad strategy as long as they don't keep going side by side into turn one. Because one of them at least has DRS each lap, and they can just drag along behind the other one.
I think Coxie's the dark horse favorite finishing second here. He's right there. He's closing fast. Yeah. The tricky part's going to be trying to navigate these 5 cars driving so closely together.
Yeah. It's the constant battling between the Ferraris and the Renault of Electric Chicken and the Toro Rosso of Aerostrike. Because look at the gap between them and Janet and Axton now. It's about 18 seconds to Axton and 15 seconds to Janet. They've lost plenty of time just battling.
Pace Dogs here. Pace Dogs has dropped behind his teammate GP here. And now Electric Chicken all over the back.
Chicken has a big lockup. Big lockup going into that heavy braking zone.
But that plays into the hands of Arrow and Coxie as well. So this is very interesting. Pace Dogs, I think he's going to stay out of that DRS. I don't think he got it. Yeah, so Chicken's going to have DRS, but Pace Dogs won't. Pace Dogs does not have DRS. Chicken does, Arrow does, and Coxie does. So this is probably game over for Pace Dogs now. He's going to be just defending his hair for the rest of this race.
Gets gobbled up by Chicken there. Oh, they're still side by side. Oh, Chicken gets a big bump. He's on the grass. He's gonna lose out. He's gonna lose out 2 places. He's fallen behind it.
At least Coxie's ahead of his teammate now, because I feel like that needed to happen at some point, regardless. So now Coxie can go and he can fight those 2 drivers, and Chicken can kind of hang on and sit back. But Pace Dog's probably looking at a penalty for that. It looked like he kind of shoved Chicken off the track there. In my opinion, it definitely looked like a bit of a bump.
Yeah.
There was definitely enough contact to cause Chicken's line to be compromised, and then you ended up losing 2 places. So probably a minor penalty, but definitely Pace Dog's at fault there, I think.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to look at the stores will look at both point of views and decide. Yeah, maybe he left enough space and Chicken just went a little too deep, trying to outbrake the Ferrari. But anyway, back to Aerostrike and Coxie. Coxie's in prime position to possibly get that 3rd podium place.
Oh, yeah,
if he can get past Aerostrike on this race.
He's got it. He looks like he's got so much more grip than Arrow. And he's going to have that DRS. He's very close. Arrow is Arrow under threat here from Coxie. Let's go, Coxie. See if he can get that place. And then all he's got to do is get Pace Dogs ahead, and he's got that podium. Because Jinnit has a pit again.
But Coxie has it done.
Just behind. Coxie got it done, yeah. He's right by Arrow, so good move there. Now Pace Dogs. Oh, Coxie, a bit of a bobble. Arrow's going to have a chance to fight it back, but can Coxie keep that grip into the corner and defend? I think he's got it. Coxie might be okay.
Yeah, Coxie has the DRS advantage and the tire advantage to, just hold on.
He's really close.
He's
and he has another moment. He's got to get...
Come on, Coxie, don't get a penalty.
Yeah, he's got to get it under control here. He's got Pace Dogs just ahead, and then Jinnit behind is very fast at the moment as well, but not really an issue if Jinnit gets by, so...
Yeah.
Arrow looks like he ran deep there, cut the corner a bit, so he's lost time, and now Jinnit's going to get a way through. So now Coxie really needs to find a way through. He's going to have Jinnit to worry about as well. So Coxie, this is Coxie's chance.
Gone deep is going to give Chicken a slight advantage. Unfortunately, that's too short of a run to the next braking zone to actually make a move. But Chicken's going to have...
I think he's close enough. He might get a shot at this. He's definitely going to have a shot down the next one.
difficult.
Jinnet's close.
Chicken's right up the ass of Aerostrike as well. I think he's gonna be able to make that move done
Here
in
goes
a turn
Coxie. I
one.
think he might get it. Oh, he's close. He had to tuck in. But he's definitely going to have a shot down the next
Chicken
DRS
gets
straight.
past. Chicken gets past Aerostrike. Aerostrike yields.
Coxie gets a good
Chicken's got it
exit.
done.
Coxie's going to have a shot here for sure. Can Coxie get this move done? He looks to the outside. Under braking. Can he do it? Around the outside.
Oh,
they
late
bump.
braking. Still side by
Coxie sends
side.
it a bit
Coxie has
deep.
the inside.
And he's
Still
squeezing.
side by side.
Coxie with a bit of a nudge there. He sent it a little late into the corner and they made contact, but
Yeah.
not terribly different from what we saw previous racing between these two.
Coxie did. Yeah, I think that's kind of good, hard, fair racing.
Yeah.
Coxie did squeeze him out a little bit, but did leave just enough room. So well done by Coxie, I think. That's given GP Colin a bit of a lead over Coxie, so I think he might be safe for now, but there's still 6 laps to go and anything can happen. Pace Dogs is going to have DRS going down the main straight.
Yeah, Coxie just has so much more traction. Look at the exit he gets there. Coxie might be okay with that exit, but we'll have to see here. Jinnet under threatening as well. He is closing on Pace Dogs. He's cleared Pace Dogs already with that DRS. Now Pace Dogs going to get that slipstream and that DRS on Coxie. He might even have a shot at Coxie here into the corner. I think Coxie's got it covered. Pace Dogs late lunge! Oh, and they bump!
Oh.
Coxie gets the place back, though. I think that's clean. Coxie gets the position returned, and then gets a much better launch out of the corner. I think Coxie can really put the nail in the coffin here for Pace Dogs if he gets a good couple exits out of the next few corners. Jinnet already passed him. Doesn't matter. Jinnet won't count at the end, so no trouble there, and Coxie won't lose much time scrapping with him. GP way off Axton. Axton basically not on the air at all. He's just out in front running a race on his own. Let's get back to Pace Dogs, who's now got Chicken coming to look for a way through, and Arrow, Ryan, and Johannes close behind too. So going to be a very interesting finish to this race. Coxie definitely has the pace to close on GP there. I think it looks like about a 5-second gap at the moment. And Coxie, if he can catch up, hopefully Jinnet will slow
Oh,
GP
Pace Dogs picked up a penalty. Pace Dogs picked up a time penalty. That's gonna hurt him massively, given how close Electric Chicken and Aerostrike are. He's probably gonna lose out on those 2 places if, as it stands.
With DRS now, Chicken heading towards Pace Dogs. See if he can close enough. It looks like Johannes very close to the back of Ryan here, down the inside as well. It doesn't look like Chicken is close enough. Chicken can have DRS once more. Coxie really not getting away like he needs to. He needs to get away from Pace Dogs here.
Oh, Johannes gets past Ryan. The battle of the reserves, just down the road. From this incredible action, I must say. Reminds me of Silverstone 2018 when the Ferraris and Mercedes were all separated by like 2 seconds and fighting for the lead of the race.
Just swapping places constantly.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, get some
So
pretty good
Renault
racing.
and the Ferraris. Johannes picks up a 3-second time penalty, but
Oh, Chicken gets a really good run here on Pace Dogs. He might be able to take this place now. He'll lose that
moves
DRS
down the
though.
inside. Can he outbrake Pace Dogs? Yes, he does. Oh, pushes him wide. Pace Dogs gets the position back going into the stadium section.
Yeah, I think that was all fair. It was
Fair
a little
enough,
bit of a
yeah.
nudge, but I think Pace Dogs got the place back regardless.
Chicken's gonna have DRS going on in
Oh,
the
a bit
main
of a
stage.
wobble. It's going to cost him a bit of time, but I think he's got a good enough exit regardless.
Up ahead, Jinnet's gone past GP Colin, but GP Colin's his place is still not going to count, so GP Colin can just stick on the back of Jinnet and try to get DRS on the upcoming lap so he can stay
Chicken
away, keep building that
Switch
gap on
across and
Coxie.
takes that place, and then Johannes down the inside now as well. Gets by Arrow, and Ryan right behind Arrow now too. So Chicken got that place decisively over Pace Dogs. I think he probably can hang on to that. And then Pace Dogs gonna have to worry about the guys behind now closing. Ryan down the inside on Arrow takes a look, but he's not close enough.
A little bit down the road, Scavney
Arrow runs deep.
on the outside.
Ryan down the
Okay,
inside
Scavney.
here. No, side by side. Can Ryan get it done? No, Arrow maintains it. Arrow's mistake almost cost him, but he gets the defensive line covered and maintains that place. It's Eric, yeah, all over the back of Scavney.
Yeah, Scavney just got past its Eric, and these are point-paying positions, even though they're outside the top 10 at the minute because there's a few reserves up in the top 10.
Yeah.
So that's all important. Couple points for Scavney. Scavney is having, I'd say, a disappointing race for his general pace.
Yeah.
He's usually up in the top 5 battling with the Renaults and the Ferraris. But yeah, it's still important to pick up decent points even if you're having a bad race. Because
here comes Johannes. Looks like he's going to clear Pace Dogs easy. Pace Dog's trying to extend those mediums. Arrow also trying to extend those mediums. 28 laps he's gone on these tires. No wonder he's starting to struggle a little bit. I think he's just been passed by Ryan as well. And then Bobby 6 seconds behind. So Arrow probably safe from Bobby if he can just get it home here. Pace Dogs with DRS, but not activating it for some reason. Interesting choice. Surely that's not helping. It's Eric is very close to Scavney. Looks like our best scrap at the moment. Let's get back to this. See if it's Eric can do anything with that DRS. Scavney trying to cover it off. Looks like he's got a bit more top speed in that setup. Covers it off nicely. And yeah, I don't think Eric is close enough to take a look here. So let's get back to these three once more. Johannes, Pace Dogs, and Ryan riding all the action right now. Coxie, fairways off GP Colin at the moment. 4 seconds off GP still, so I don't think he's going to be able to close that gap down. GP looks like he's safe for a second place finish. And Coxie will get the podium unless Chicken can close, but Chicken on much older tires, I doubt that's going to happen. Pace Dogs with DRS here over Johannes. He's closing. Ryan just trying to hang on to the back of them. Pace Dogs not close enough yet. Let's see if he takes a look into the next corner. Johannes actually within the DRS range of Chicken now. So these guys closing on... oh, Johannes, a bit of a moment there. He ran a bit wide. But not giving Pace Dogs much of an advantage regardless.
Yeah, Pace Dogs has pulled up enough of a gap on Aerostrike for his penalty to not matter. Unless I've missed something, I think only Pace Dogs has a 3-second time penalty so far. Among these mid-pack runners. Yeah, I haven't seen many, so I don't know. I guess we'll find out at the end of the race. But based on what I know, like Pace Dogs has a 3-second and Aerostrike doesn't have a penalty, but he has enough of a gap now, so he's about 4 seconds clear of Aero. He's going to be fine. Electric Chicken just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Ooh, that's going to put Pace Dogs into play. Possibly. So yeah, I think Coxie is pretty much confirmed his podium if he can keep it clean for the final lap. Let's go back to Axton coming into the second sector on the penultimate lap.
Is it?
No, it's lap 35. So
well, here goes
a lap
Ryan
and a half.
on Pace Dogs. So as soon as that's done with, I think we can probably jump to Axton.
Sure.
Eric is pressuring Scavney still, but I don't know if he's going to get that done. I think Ryan got that move done on Pace Dogs pretty cleanly. It looks pretty safe there. So let's get back to Axton. As you mentioned, he's 10 seconds out in front, and he'll be just starting the final few turns towards the final lap of his race. And very commanding victory here tonight. He was never really challenged.
Yeah. It's Eric not quite close enough to Scavney to make a move down into turn 1 or into turn 4, it seems. So I think he's just gonna have to hold that position for now.
So Axton starts his final lap of the Mexican Grand Prix in the lead of the race. He's well clear, not really under threat from being challenged or anything along those lines, but he's run an excellent race and definitely deserves a little bit of camera time for that. So we'll keep him on the air until we see a close battle about to become an overtake, and then we'll jump to that. And plus, there's a bit of a gap to the rest of the field anyway, so we'll be able to watch some action at the end once Axton crosses the line.
Yeah, there's about 20 seconds between him and the rest of the field, so he will be fine. I feel like we were robbed of a potentially...
on Johannes, but I don't think he's close enough. We'll get back to Axton.
Yeah, I feel like we were robbed of a potentially good battle now that Aerostrike turned off his line, because I feel like he'd be right up there battling with Axton for the lead of the race. But oh well, it's not like we were spoiled for choice.
Yeah, there was a lot to watch.
In
Honestly,
this
it was
race.
a really good battles all the way through the field. So Axton just making the final couple turns here, just exits the stadium. The fans say goodbye to the final racing lap. And Axton heading down towards the checkered flag wins the New Mexican Grand Prix. Great drive from Axton today. Let's get to that scrap with Ryan and Johannes. He's all over the back of Johannes here into the stadium. Is he going to send it? He has to send it. It's almost over.
Oh,
Johannes runs very deep. This could give Ryan a shot. You see the confetti and the fans going crazy there. And Ryan and Johannes wheel to wheel here, but it looks like Ryan's going to have to yield that place. Johannes had a better run. Pace Dog's close behind. We'll see what happens with the penalties as they cross the line. We'll jump to Bobby quick here. He's pressuring Arrow here too. Arrow went 31 laps on those medium tires. They must be absolutely cooked. And Bobby almost with a chance to pass Arrow down the straight here into the final turn, but he's not quite close enough. He can't quite get it. It's Eric under pressure from Scabney, but Scabney's not going to be close enough here, so I think it's Eric will come home in 11th place. He'll obviously pick up a couple points once we take those reserves out. Scabney rounds the final turn. He will come home in 12th, and that is it for everybody on the lead lap. And that is the Mexican Grand Prix. We'll review the order quickly. We'll bring in some guys for the interview like we usually do. Who was the top three again?
Axton, GP Colin, and your boy Coxie.
Oh, Coxie's going to get to come in the chat. He's going to be hype.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm the party. I'll invite them.
Oh, yeah, true.
Invite players.
My cat is getting out now because he knows I'm almost done. Alright, let go. Wow, Jinnit 20 to second, really, like that's incredible. Here's the order. Axton wins the race. Jinnit finishes second. GP finishes third. He'll move up to second with the reserve removal of Jinnit. Coxie fourth actually gets on the podium, and then we've got Ryan who doesn't count as well. So Chicken will actually pick up a fourth place here. So good result for the Renault team. Pace Dogs in seventh. Arrow in eighth. Johannes in ninth. Bobby in 10th. Scabney's 11th. It's Ericson's 12th. Lit Romney 13th. Wolfsburg 14th, JXW is 15th, Terminal Dady 16th, Soy Loco in his return, disappointing race for him. Definitely had the pace, but struggled. He got 24 seconds of penalties. It's Eric had 27 seconds of penalties too. That's interesting to note. Del 49ers 18th, Burns 19th.
Burns 19th and Jamer Mayo P20.
Yeah, sure it was Jamer. But,
is that a boring race, guys?
No. Not by any means whatsoever. It's definitely something I think we all needed. It's been a pretty depressing few days for most of the world, so a few weeks really for most of the world. But yeah, it was a hell of a race, honestly. There was so much action. It was a bit of a boring one up front, but everywhere else there was plenty of action going on. Yeah, it was a hell of a scrap. But yeah, you guys are the top three. I think we're just waiting for Axton to join still, but GP is here. Coxie is here. Coxie, I think that's your first podium. Is that your first podium in our league? I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, fucking right.
Nice.
It is indeed.
Yeah, and you're here. Now you made it into the
It was, it was only a matter of time before I got into the booth.
Yeah, it was either commentary. I expected it would be commentary before the podium, if I'm being honest, but no, good job, honestly. The strategy worked out perfectly. You ended up, those guys were all fighting for so long that they slowed each other up, and you had those tires to just kind of close in and pressure them. So,
yeah, if you want, you can take a couple minutes. If you want, you can take a couple minutes to take care of your nosebleed and wipe all the blood that's running out right now.
Oh man.
I did. Axton join?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well,
He said he was coming on the podium. I know that. He was in the chat with me.
yeah, maybe just dealing with something first. But yeah, well, I guess we'll start with the third place finisher then. So we'll go with Coxie. Obviously, you ran the two-stopper. Worked out really well. You ended up on the podium. What did you kind of plan that? Was it something you went into the race thinking you were going to do, or just kind of the way everything it shook out?
Originally, that wasn't the plan. I meant to do it soft medium,
Right.
but my tyres were just dying. I think I'd nearly spun out when I passed chicken. But yeah, I knew from that little spin there that I needed to go in again, and then I tried to go on the mediums. The game just put me on the softs.
Ah, that's
But
unfortunate.
we made it work at the end. I saw everyone scrapping in front of me, and saw Aero keep going into the grass, so I knew my opportunity was there. I just had to stay consistent and stay behind him.
Yeah, it worked out, man. Honestly, it was really well driven, I think, and you had to do a bit of overtaking, and you had to be consistent. You could probably afford a little mistake or two, but nothing really. You had to be pretty much perfect tonight. It was a really interesting race, actually. It was a lot of action all the way up and down the field, so it was interesting to see you kind of like we were like focused on this battle going on for so long, and it was like, oh, Coxie's here now, what's going on? And then people just kept showing up into the battles. It was like, oh man, this is great. It was honestly one of the better races. I think Mexico was an exciting race last season for us in Tier 1, and then this year, I don't know, I mean, it was miserable for me, so hard to say what it was for everyone else, but this was a really good one as well. So Mexico gives us a lot of good racing in this league. But we'll move on to GP Colin. Obviously, second place finish, a pretty solid race tonight. You and Pace Dogs were really duking it out there. What happened with the team orders? Could you just not tell who was faster?
Oh no, we were talking through it all,
Yeah.
and I told him. Well, he knew I was faster, and I made the mistake after I did get by him. I made the mistake of letting him tag along,
Yeah.
and I paid for that. I had to get around him again, but yeah, we were chatting the whole time, so there was no mystery that we were beside each other and we were being careful.
Yeah. There's a lot of good wheel banging out there today. There was definitely some hard racing, I would say, for sure. I didn't see anything too bad. I mean, there might be some stuff that pops up in the stewards reports, but I don't think it would be anything too drastic, even if there was something given. It's the odd one. I think the biggest one I remember that probably would actually get the incident between Pace Dogs and Chicken, because Chicken got nudged and then sent off the road and lost a couple places. So if that was Pace Dog's fault, I could see that maybe something would happen there. But otherwise, we couldn't really see like exactly what happened. You never know. Sometimes people turn in and then they end up setting themselves off, right? So hard to say. I don't think Axon came into the party yet, though. So I don't know, Fuzz, if you want to ask some questions.
Yeah. So were there team then race, or were you trying to, stay behind one another and drag each other along?
We didn't have team orders, no. But because I caught him so quick, or fairly quickly, I wanted to get around him as quickly as possible, but as cleanly as possible. And because we were able to talk to each other, I didn't say let me go by because I'm faster. If I could get by, he was going to let me by. He wasn't going to fight. And so the same thing happened when he had DRS on me. Same deal happened. So we just talked it through. In the end, I was able to get away, and he could continue battling with whoever he was battling with back there. It was crazy. All it takes is one car that is, everybody's so competitive and so closely matched that a track like this, there are only a few places you can pass, but you're always close, and there are always little opportunities. So it makes it very fun, very exciting.
Fair enough. I feel like, however, you guys did lose a bit of time going side by side into turn one, because if those moves, if you had gotten those overtaking moves done on the main straight, I think you might have been better off. The Renaults would not be challenging you for those podium positions at the end.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it worked out for at least one of you.
I agree. I was surprised that Pace was still on the side of me. If we're talking about the same one, I think I was on the inside, and all of a sudden he was right beside me again. It really surprised me. Or it was the other way around.
I'm gonna have to ask you to step aside now for the race winner.
Here he is. I think he's finished the whole bottle of champagne. He's finished the whole bottle of champagne already. What were you doing?
I just got done spraying it all over the fucking house.
All right, dope. So, how does it feel? I mean, that was like probably like, I mean, it probably feels good to win, but pretty boring overall. You pretty much had that in the bag right from the get-go.
Yeah, he said, now I know how Arrow feels when we all race. So, yeah, it was good to get out there and win one. I have one regret. The only regret, excuse me, was not seeing Fuzz on the on the field, so I could watch him get further and further in my rearview mirror. You know. So
wow,
you just came in here looking for a fight.
Yeah. I just spent the last hour and a half saying good things about your driving, and now you just come in and take a cheap shot at me.
He even made me follow you for the whole final lap too. I don't even really like to do that.
What a nice Fuzz thing, man! Yeah, I don't take it back, but thank you.
You came in here trying to fucking fight him. Like,
yeah.
Wow, what an ungrateful race winner.
Come to Tier 1 next season, and then we'll see how.
Hey, what was the fastest quali time in Tier 1?
14.7.
Yeah, we can't keep bringing everybody over, or I'm not going to have a seat anymore. You have to push me out of my own league, damn it.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, but it was fun, man. I had a lot of fun. I wish there was a little more action up in the front of the pack, but I'm normally terrible at the race start. I'm lucky that someone equally as terrible was next to me in GP, and he held everybody up long enough that it wasn't just insane for me into turn 1. I heard it got crazy back behind me, and then after that, I was just kind of off to the races.
All right. Good
yeah,
stuff.
I wish I could have been with you.
I'm sure you did. Instead, you're in 9th.
All right, I'll just kind of open it up, open floor for anybody in here. They can just say and ask whatever questions they want, and we'll give you guys a couple minutes, and then we'll wrap it up.
Coxie! Well, congratulations, man.
Cheers, bro.
After the free Coxie movement, and then now to see on the podium, that's quite a difference. So, just happy to see you up here.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro. Next time you could slow down so I can catch you.
I thought you were gonna get me on those softs on your second stint, but luckily enough, I had just enough.
I think I was closing in on you. It's just I was so slow through the S's.
Yeah. I saw you and Chicken both were struggling a little bit, especially later on in that first stint with the tires through the S's. Yeah. Something. So, and GP, I got nothing to say to you except for nice work, man. Just good job. I already did all my shit talking to you.
That almost means something.
Yeah.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
both the Renaults and the Ferraris kept it entertaining from the beginning to the end. Honestly, we had Chicken and Coxie in P2 and P3 initially, and then the Ferraris just went on a charge and knocked them off, and then it just went right to the wire, ending up with one of each on the podium. It's absolutely amazing to watch.
Yeah, it was.
If Ferrari knocked us off, that must make me the party crasher.
Yeah, no, it was honestly a really good race. I'm glad that we got one of the Renaults and one of the Ferraris into the podium chat, because they were part of the biggest part of the race with action. And then pretty much the whole top 10 was full of scraps. Even outside the top 10 there were scraps, but it was just we couldn't really justify going to them when there's top 10 scraps going on, right? So honestly, it was spoiled for action tonight.
It was just so competitive, and it was a lot of fun, very satisfying. There was a lot of, where I was, there was a lot of clean racing. There was a lot of good driving, fair aggression, nothing crazy. Yeah. And it was good to see. I'd see it in front, and I know it was probably going on right behind me too.
Yeah, good shout. Definitely agree with you there. There was a ton of great action, lots of good wheel-to-wheel battles, a little bit of bumping and grinding, but nothing too egregious in my opinion. I think everything was within the rule book. So, good night for racing for sure. Definitely what we needed. We're heading into a break next week, but obviously we'll probably be on the air, and we'll probably find a couple of fun things to do for each tier, and maybe we'll have a little bit of a crossover or something as well. But just going to start wrapping up the broadcast, but just in case anyone is tuning in that isn't part of the league, usually a lot of our league members are watching, but anyone who's here that's not part of the league, doesn't really understand what's going on, doesn't know all the inner workings because they're not part of our Discord group. We're going to be running another 100% full race this weekend, Saturday afternoon. We're going to have a full qualifying session and a full 100% race in Bahrain once more. We're going to start sign-ups after the broadcast ends here. We'll start the sign-ups. We'll get all the guys listed and rostered, and then we'll discuss maybe are we going to go realistic again, reverse the field once more? I think we should, yeah.
Yes. I think realistic was the most important part that kept the field together.
It made
How
it
do you
a
get
really
to
fun
pick who
race.
gets what car?
We just kind of.
Oh, that's my decision. So anyone who's nice to me gets stuck in the Mercedes. Anyone who's a dick gets stuck in the Williams. So
I'll still
it's
beat you.
entirely
The
my
Williams,
decision.
but-
That explains why Puff got put in the Williams last race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have I ever told you how much I love you, bro?
Did you finish your champagne too, Coxie?
Indeed.
Yeah. But yeah, so 100% race this weekend. I'll probably be on broadcast once more. Unless we don't have a full grid. If we don't have a full grid, I'll probably race just so it's a little more fun. But hopefully we can get it streamed regardless. But I don't mind streaming it, actually. It was actually pretty fun last week, and we obviously got a shitload of views. A lot of people tuned in. We got a lot of new subscribers through that.
How many did you hit?
I think we hit like 2.3 thousand, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it was a really,
Let me
really,
check.
really big
Good
success.
line.
I mean, a lot of compliments were left on the stream about the commentator did a great job, and they liked that the realistic cars they made it a little more interesting because we put the faster guys in the slower cars, and I think it was a really big success, and I think we should just give it another go, and we're not going to change anything. Don't change if it's not broken, right? I'll stick on comms, and we'll fill the field with all the guys, and we'll build a grid and a roster, and we'll get that rolled out Saturday afternoon. So,
Nice.
yeah,
You had a full grid this past Saturday, right?
Yeah, we did 20 cars, full quality, full race. It was honestly, it was really fun. Like, it was about 2 hours and 40 minutes on stream, and it really flew by for me, to be honest. Like, I really didn't realize how long I'd been on the air. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah, tune in for that. That's it for the Tier 2 race from Mexico. We are on a break next week, so there won't be any official races, but we may have a stream for you still.
Oh, you can bet there's going to be a few. There's going to be a few exhibition social races.
Yeah, we'll have
a few fun.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a few fun races running. It's just a matter of if we'll actually be able to get them streamed for you or not. So we'll keep an eye out for that.
Tier 1 versus Tier 2.
If you're actually interested in the championship, you don't have to pay attention next week. It's not a big deal. But the following week, we'll get back to the racing action. Though Sunday, the EU tier does Mexico, and then the following week, they'll actually run a race at the end. So we'll have no racing during the week for Tier 1 and Tier 2, but then the EU tier will run the British Grand Prix. So,
What was the initial cause for the break this week? Was it because spring break?
nope.
Or
No,
We just
it's
took
halfway through the season, so we're taking a week off. There's no
Okay.
specific reason for it.
Okay, I wasn't
so
sure
you don't have to
what
commit
that
to
thing
something.
was.
You know, you can be like, oh, I can actually do something on Thursday this week because I don't have to race. Like,
Yeah,
for
the worst
people to
part is
kinda
that we're
have a
all
week off
we're all
and all.
quarantined right now, so
Yeah.
nobody's
Yeah.
doing anything.
We didn't,
Well, we could
we
move
didn't
it,
know
I
that
guess.
back in January when we made
This is
the
true.
Canada.
This is true.
yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
So,
But
well, thanks for broadcasting, guys. We appreciate
no,
it.
It's always
Yeah.
a good time.
I'm gonna go watch it.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll wrap it up. That's it. We'll see you on Saturday, and then we'll see you again Sunday for the EU tier. Good night.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.